Hello everybody and welcome. Thank you for joining me and I hope you're having a good one. This is going to be our first episode, technically second episode of our not Ultimate General, City Skylines playthrough. This is going to be the first City Skylines game. We are going to be doing the second City Skylines game. If you haven't checked out the last episode, or I guess the first episode of this series, which I just talked about the map and what we're going to be doing with the city, sort of the future plans. We sort of planned out exactly where we want to go where, not down to every last detail, but the general location of how we're going to spread out as the city goes forward. And also we talked about our plans to play City Skylines and City Skylines 2 at the same time. So we are going to go ahead and start building out our rural areas first, as we talked about. And what we have to do is we're going to go ahead and start with a road, because you have to start every city out with a road. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to start by putting sort of this road through here. And I think what we'll do actually, so we make sure everything lines up exactly where we want it, we'll just sort of put that road there for now. And we're going to have it cut through. This will be our industrial area down this side. At least our starting industrial area. We will be sort of switching things up a little. Here, what we're going to do. So the industry that we start with is not going to be the industry we will continue with throughout the game. I'm not a big fan of generic industry in this game, except mostly for detailing work. So what I'm doing is I'm just building out what would be the initial bits of the city. And we are going to go through probably here in a minute. And sort of changed some of the road, not layout so to speak, but just want to get this connected. How's that look? I guess that's fine. Like I said, not so much the road layout so to speak, but the road directionality. If that makes any lick of sense. We are going to have a road that comes up sort of through this area that's going to lead to one of our small towns. So not road directionality, but the zoning directionality. Sorry, I was a little distracted. We're just sort of spreading out on our new city. So, but first we're going to go ahead with the road layout. Let's actually go ahead and cut in what will be our industrial area. Now we are going to save a little bit of money because, as I discussed in that sort of pre-planning episode, we are going to actually we are not going to, sorry. No, I don't want to do that just yet, but we will extend it out a little bit this way. We aren't going to need to run power lines or water lines at all. Just due to the fact that we're going to, we're building a sort of a rural community. And everything's going to be pretty spread out, and I don't want to have to be running all these gaudy power lines throughout the entirety of my city. I've already done some pre-planning. This isn't the first time I've tested any of this, so if you see me sort of measuring stuff out, it's because I have a plan in mind. And I think what I'm going to do, I think that was it, 45, that's at the right 45-degree angle there. Let's go ahead and draw this road out a little bit more. I do want to add a little bit of, yeah, that's the angle I want. little bit of, like I said, this intro area is going to be a little bit bigger of a small town than the rest of the towns to this area. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the zoning along this road, turn off the zoning along this road. These are basically going to be like sort of rural connectors, and not so much main roads that we're actually going to be building on. So we are running a little bit low on money. Let's go ahead and start getting our power plants in. Let's build our water tower first. We're going to put the water tower sort of right up here next to the highway. Because we don't need electrical lines, that makes it a little bit easier. We are going to need our water treatment plant as well. We're just going to stick this here for now. Everything in this area is we're going to be changing things up a bit. We're not going to quite we're not going to have quite this setup. This is just sort of the initial setup to get us going. We are going to go with the advanced core power plant because we do have a little bit of extra money because we aren't using the because we're not having the power lines and everything. Sorry. Let's go ahead. Alright, why isn't the forestry brush working? That's weird. I'm trying to delete these trees, but the forestry brush doesn't want to seem to do it. You always want, especially with as much trees as we're going to be working with, oil theme. We do want to make this look very forested, especially these smaller outer line towns. Not quite obviously in the what will be the fertile zones, but all this area, which will be residential and whatnot, we do want it to be pretty forested. So I'm just going to keep the trees away. And this would work a lot better with that forestry brush. Usually you could just use a forestry brush. Am I not doing something right? Do I need to delete that? No? See, it's messing. Usually you just right click. What? I'm gonna have to play around with the forestry brush. Might have to unload and reload it. Because for some reason, huh? That's never happened to me before. Maybe if I just hit reset. No? Huh? This has never happened before. Usually you can just right click. That's why the forestry brush is a great quality of light mod. Because it just will delete everything if you just right click on it. Anything in that zone. It's not even letting me use like the forestry brush itself. Huh. That is really weird. I might have to reload the game, and that's probably why it's not working. That's fine. We're probably not going to do much detailing this episode. Whoa. So what we're going to do is we're going to start painting in some of our zoning. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to have this whole strip right here be commercial. And we're going to come to this area. We're just going to go ahead and just paint in residential throughout this whole area. Now I'm going to be mindful of how close I am to this main road. Like I said, this is going to be more of a collector road, so we do want we don't want too much backing up onto it. Now right here we are going to have some room for housing to go all the way up to the road. That's why I also didn't attach these ones to the road, because I don't want so much running into this connector. This road here will probably sort of stretch across the valley here. This one will also act as sort of an arterial road. And then what we're going to do, we don't want to use all the little 1x1 blocks, but we will go ahead and fill in everything else right here. Again, just trying to create sort of an interesting dynamic when it comes to the houses. Now the reason I left this side open right now is because I'm going to do something interesting, but we need the landscaping brush unlocked. We need to unlock landscaping before we can even do that. So I'm not too worried about that right now. And we are going to go ahead and start filling in. So this is going to be like a sort of a main old town. What I'm about to add right here, if I even have the money to do it, which I may not have the money at the moment to do it, so I think I won't. Let's just run it, see what happens. Let's go ahead and add some industrial down here. We're just going to paint in this whole area right now, right here. We're going to leave a little bit to add to it, but we're really not going to focus too much on industrial demand right now. I think what I will do, because what I do want to have right here, it's a bit of like an interesting, what do you want to, sort of like just off the highway service station. There is a specific asset. I guess it helps if I put that on. There is a specific asset I want to come in. It's a gas station asset, and I believe it's a 3x4. So what I'll do, we're going to have sort of this whole little bit of an area right here be sort of like some gas stations, maybe some food. So we'll just do that and hopefully see what assets actually come in. And again, leaving this open because this is probably where we're going to put like my police stations, my fire department, medical clinic, and stuff like that once we unlock them. But that's all we can do right now. So what we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to go into the economy, and I'm going to put all of this down to 50%. We're not going to worry about the night because we're not going to let it go tonight. But if you were playing around with the day-night cycle, you would want to change the nighttime budget as well. But we're not going to screw around with that, so we're just going to go ahead and play from what we have down. And we're going to go ahead and fast forward, and let's see what starts coming in. By putting the budget down, we're not going to take as much of a hit to our weekly income right off the bat. So we can sort of see what comes in. Now during my detailing time lapse, if we even really do a detailing time lapse, because the first thing I want to do is sort of get to the landscaping. As long as we can get to that today, I'll be happy. Let's go ahead and start deleting all we're waiting for stuff to come in. We are going to be historicalizing a lot of things, because when it comes to vanilla, you really have to be picky about what assets come in, because a lot of them look pretty terrible, especially some of the vanilla residential assets. Like this, I don't really feel like that fits the aesthetic I want over here. However, this pennies does, so I'm going to historicalize that. And that really doesn't feel like a asset I want over here, because like I said, I want this to be sort of that off-highway service station you run into. These are all great assets. I'll definitely take the IHOPs, the Burger Bite. Might delete that because we have one of those right off the highway. Just want to change it up slightly. I mean, that's a cool asset. It definitely would look good on that main drag there, but here I don't want it. Like I said, although I think the gas station asset that I want is actually a level 2 asset, so I should just wait and see if those upgrade a little rather than just deleting them, because yeah, I'm pretty sure it might actually be a level 2 asset. So yeah, we're just waiting for this residential to come in. We're actually almost used up everything I already put in, so we might actually have to start our expansion. And what I'm thinking is this is going to be sort of like the old town aesthetic. That's why I kept the grid so small, because you see that a lot in old towns. It's very close in grid here, and then this would be something more like a more modern development, just on the other side of town. So what do we got? We got a laundromat. That's perfect. little steak, a little fast food restaurant there. There's that Sally's, that sort of I don't know, I guess it's like a convenience store. What do we got? We got another Sally's. We definitely don't want repeated assets. And actually we hit our first milestone. So we reached Little Hamlet, which unlocked the medical clinic, the landfill site, the elementary school, and the recycling center. Those were the big ones. We also unlocked like the community, basically the different variations of like the elementary school. The plastic surgery is a different variation of the medical clinic, community school. These are the European assets, medical and clinics and elementary schools. So let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and get 2 of those assets in immediately. And that's going to be, first off, we're going to take out a loan. I don't mind taking out loans, and what we're also going to do is we're going to up the budget. Because now that these are getting bigger, we're going to start suffering from power and water issues if we leave the budget the way it is. As you can see, actually, some of these industrial assets were actually starting to suffer from water. I think that was actually because we were probably running low on electricity. I believe the first thing it takes away from is the power plant. So I think we're going to go ahead and put the medical clinic. We're going to use the European asset because I feel like it has a better old town aesthetic. And we're going to put that right on the main drag there. And we are also going to immediately put in, I don't want to do a landfill just yet because they're a pain in the butt to then empty later on. A recycling center would be fine just for now, and we are going to go ahead, this will move, this isn't going to be its final location, I have an idea for its final location, but I am going to go ahead and put down an elementary school just so we can start getting, and again, going to use the European one just because I feel like it gives a better old town aesthetic. And so yeah, we're going to put down an elementary school right there just to continue building out, and we're going to look at these Sally's. We'll go ahead and get rid of that one. Anything new? I mean, that's actually great, I think, for a sort of service station asset, a wine and liquor store. But yeah, I definitely like being selective about what, like that's actually perfect. Like this is the kind of stuff I love seeing, is when the assets come in that all look very similar like this. Like that's a great drag right there, and that's gonna look really cool. And so I'll like historicalized stuff. I hate the Art Deco ones. That's pretty cute, sort of Victorian style. There are some great vanilla assets, but then there's also just terrible vanilla assets. I do like the duplex, that's a really good one. But yeah, mostly just the Art Deco ones. There's kind of some trashy looking weird ones that you can get that zone in. But yeah. So what we're going to do, we definitely need residential demand, so we are going to go ahead and do that expansion over on this side. How I want to do it is I think I'm going to come up. Like I said, this is going to be sort of a more modern expansion, so the roadway network will be a little different. We are going to get a little fun with it here. It's just going to be a smaller, additional asset. And I think I'll have a straight road come out. Actually I don't like that. Let's have a straight road come out here. And then maybe come down. And then maybe have something that then curves slightly up. One thing I wish I would get better at in this game, and something I'm going to attempt to achieve as I go forward here, is creating interesting roadway layouts. That's one thing I'm really not good at. But like I said, want to try and get better. I'm watching a lot of different YouTubers to try and get better at it, and I think I am getting better. That doesn't look terrible. I think what I'll have it do is I'll have it curve in to the roadway here, sort of at a good angle. I hate when I love the new ability to do this, toggle the zoning. It makes things a lot easier. But I hate that if you have something that has zoning attached to something that didn't have zoning, it automatically adds zoning to whatever didn't have zoning. So we're just going to go ahead and go through, just add residential zoning to practically all this. Go ahead. I don't want to build that close to the road, so we'll get rid of that. Sorry to whoever was just building in. And then we'll also go through, get rid of some of these one-by assets. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Just so the zoning comes in a little bit better. Get rid of stuff like that. Go ahead and get rid of that as well. That way we get more square assets coming in. So what do we got? We did have something else come in. We'll go ahead and let this upgrade, hopefully, and see what comes in. We also got coin laundry and a ice cream vendor. That's awesome. We'll definitely historicalize those. We also got a drugstore at the end. Well, actually, it's a game nonstop. But a City Skylines 2 advertisement. I probably, you know what, let's go ahead and leave that non-historical and see what it upgrades as. Still don't have any industrial demand. I guess we could go ahead and fast forward this. We are probably going to have to go ahead and start building out towards another one of our small villages here to get hit our residential demand. Because as you can see, we are already filling in with this residential that I just placed in. Because we still have to reach the landscaping, which we need 1,600 population for. We are sitting at, we're about halfway there at this point, so we are going to have to keep expanding as we are already reaching the breaking point for our residential over here. We do still have a little bit more expansion to go, but we do have some extra money, so let's go ahead and start expanding our roadway network out. Again, this is going to be sort of our collector road. So we're going to go ahead and bring it all the way up here. And then what I'm going to do, like I said, this is going to be one of our smaller villages I'm about to build here. Just have another roadway. Where does it, I see that the train's really starting to bank upwards. So it really starts hitting it about right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break off another roadway here. Go at a 45-degree angle. Come up. Let's do there. And then we're going to go straight. For a little while. And then we're going to how do I want to do this? Because there is something I want to do here, but I'm not exactly sure how I want to achieve it. I want it to sort of split off in a Y. Because there's a town I saw just in the picture that I thought looked really neat. And I wanted to do something similar, so I think what I'm going to do is going to build a roadway there, build another roadway here, and then no, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry. Maybe just delete. Actually, don't feel like running the simulation forever while I figure this out, what I want to do. So what I actually want to do, just build a roadway out like that. How wide do I want to make this road? Or the split, that is. So that's what, 200 units of separation. That'll be 200 units. I think that's good for the split. There we go. That's actually practically what I wanted. think actually it needs to be a little bit wider, so what we'll do is we'll just come down. We'll do another 200. Mimic that on this side, 200. Yeah, I think I like that. I like actually how this comes up a little higher, this roadway. And then we'll come in with the freeform. And curve these in. Why does... Oh, did I? I actually deleted the wrong roadway. Didn't I? You're an idiot, Patrick. Alright. 200. 440. That's a little bit better. Okay, we can unpause the simulation now that I figured that out. Actually, I really don't like that at all either. We're gonna have to play around with this a little bit, so but I think I know. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and sort of do it from this area. We'll just sort of freeform it ourselves. Look for the right angle. I guess it really doesn't matter if it's perfectly symmetrical. In fact, it probably would be better if it wasn't. Yeah, I like that. I actually like that a lot. We'll avoid building. Oh, I think we actually hit our next milestone, so that actually worked out. So yeah, we actually did get to Worthy Village with the expansion that we had. So things are working out a little bit better. We are starting to get some industrial demand, so let's go ahead and throw in a little bit more industrial over here. We did unlock our police and fire department. We are going to go ahead and increase our loan amount even more. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this loan, we're going to pay this one off, and then we're going to take another one. And now we have 92,000 in the bank. That's why I don't mind taking out loans. Alright, now what we're going to do here, we are going to use the firehouse, the European one, and what we're actually going to do, I did like this on the street, but I think we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to use that European firehouse aesthetic. I think that's going to look really neat coming into the town here. And then over here, I'm going to make a roadway that the police station will sit on. And what police station we're actually going to use is, just cause I'm going to use this historical police station right as you come into town. Actually, I think I want it to sit over on this side, so I think I will actually make the road come out on either side. But I feel like it would look almost like, and if you've seen Overcharged Eggs new series, well, I guess not new at this point, it's been going on for some time now. You've probably seen him use it like this. If you do it like this, it sort of gives it the aesthetic of a church. These old historical stations. I could have done it with the fire station as well, but I feel like having this like European fire station with the big tower, having it be like the focal point of the city, gives it a much better aesthetic. And what we can come through and do is just add a little bit, maybe more commercial right here. And then maybe another little commercial shop here. We'll leave this open as some green space that we can add some props to once we unlock more landscaping. So yeah, things are coming along pretty well. He's upgrading slowly, but we're getting there. Alright, now back to over here. We do have a huge residential demand, so let's go ahead. Starting right there, I think we'll start making these making these roads have some zoning on them. Now, like I said, this is just going to be a small little village. The village will have a little bit of focal piece right here, which is going to be the... Let's go ahead and curve it in, I think. These trees. We're going to add another fire station out here. I guess I need to get zoning on both sides of the road over here for this to work. We're gonna add, but like I said, we're gonna add another fire station, which is gonna eat into our budget a little, but yeah, I feel like maybe I need to bring that a little bit closer to the entrance here. And we're just gonna curve it in. This be enough. Maybe I just need to connect both sides of the road here. Maybe not. Let's just do that. And what we'll do is move you up. How's that look? Might need to clean it up with some landscaping here soon, but I like it actually. So again, giving with that sort of church aesthetic. So you come into town, you just have this. It's a fire station, but we can pretend it's a church. And that's sort of the idea behind it. And then we'll give it some buffer around it, but then we'll have some more houses that come in. Maybe this should be, no, we'll leave that houses. We'll have some commercial as you come into town on either side. Maybe some smaller businesses. Just because we are on a bit of a slope here. We'll just dot them in. We don't want this to be too crazy. Just a few small businesses as you come into town. And again, this right here is just going to be a village. So what we're going to do is we're really going to keep our residential very small. And sort of random too. Leaving some spaces between them all as well. Go ahead and get zoning on this other side as well. Yes. We're not going to have we might have zoning on both sides actually up here. Let's start it right there. But we're going to have to wait for some landscaping options to come in here. And what we'll do, we'll have a few small side road branches that come off. Don't want. Actually, we won't. Actually, nah. Yeah, we won't. Not for now, at least. But again, we're just going to add in residential here. Really pockmarking it in. Again, maybe a small one there, a big one there. Let's do a 3x wide there. Maybe have one big 4x4 asset, 2x2. 3x3 there. Maybe another 2x2 there. Again, just sort of shoehorning everything in. Again, definitely pay attention to your. I definitely like that wine store. I don't want 3 of them around each other. So we'll see what comes in here for props. That's a good one. A little ATM, I guess, is not too bad. Definitely make that historicalized. That's beautiful, a little car wash. I hate that house right there. It's one of my least favorite. This one just gonna keep coming in, aren't you? And another one. This town definitely likes its liquor. We've had a lot of liquor stores come in. We're still working. We're getting close to our population. I guess we can go ahead and put houses in up here as well. 3x4. Again, just try and mix it up. Have a few different size assets. Just do some small little 2x2 houses on this ridge line here. seeing as I don't particularly want to wait for the landscaping tools, because we really are trying to push our population up to get us to that point. This episode's already going kind of long. We'll just make that 2x2. Now, I realize I could easily, we are going to have to clean up all these ridges that these houses made. And I guess what we could do is we can start. We got a couple options here. Now this is going to be a main road. Yeah, you're gonna lose connection really quick, but that should be. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna have this road start curving. This road is eventually gonna run into this area down here. So we're just gonna run this guy down a little bit as well. Then you as well are gonna come through. Again, you're gonna be another one of our bigger connector roads, and you're gonna come down, follow along this area here. Let's not have it be quite so dramatic. And you're gonna come down. You're gonna be another collector road, basically, just like that. And what we can then now do is make some really very rural communities out here. So just outside of these towns, we'll use some gravel roads because I think it's the most appropriate. And we're just gonna sort of mess around with some things through here. Now this might get shifted because we are going to have some train lines that are going to come through. And I think what we'll end up doing, how would this work out? Back that off here. Have the road come out here, and then you can match up over here. Just like that, that's fine. That's fine by me. Again, these are just going to be some sort of willy-nilly throw roads in here. I know these type of things exist in the real world because this is exactly how I live. In like one of these type of, so you got like the big town and villages, and then all these like outer rural housing just out in the wilderness basically, and that's exactly where I live. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna come through here and just gonna pick out some areas. Maybe try and keep it to mostly like 3x3s, maybe a few big 4x4 houses, but we really want to spread these ones out. We do not want to make these too clustered into here. That's fine. Throw one right there. Maybe another one right there. Tiny one over here. You know, just do stuff like that. You know, spread them out. Don't put them too close together. Doing a small 2x2 out here. Even if you want to be cheeky, you can also throw in maybe like a 1x1 here and there. We'll just throw like a little 1x1 there. Maybe just somebody's little shack that they live in. Hunting cabin or something like that. This is again another reason why we are doing that. So we just hit Tiny Town. That gives us our 1600 population, which is going to get us to our landscaping or our detailing time lapse now that we have our landscaping options. But we are just going to go ahead and fill in what we're doing here really quick for you all on camera. Like I said, just dot these things in. Don't be too eager to fill in the spaces when creating these sort of rural environments. Again, if you live in anything like this, you know what you're doing because you you know what it's like. You don't have too many people living around you. Nice 3x there. Do a nice big 4x4 there. Again, just keeping it sort of spread out. Do a 2x2 over there. We'll upgrade that to a 3x3. Maybe, you know what? We'll even do this. We'll do like a little tiny, like hopefully another like one of those small little guys pop up. Which actually, we better come back over here. Okay, we got a big bite. We have another liquor store. That liquor store just. They want nothing other than that liquor store right there, don't they? Alright, back to what we were doing. 3x3. Do a 2x2 on the corner there. Another nice big 4x4. A couple smaller assets as we're coming into town, or as we're leaving town. Maybe another little shack there. Let's do another one as we enter there, and maybe another one right off the roadway there. And yeah, see, that's exactly what I wanted to come in. See, just that little, cute little shack. In fact, we'll even socialize that. But yeah, just sort of this little, sort of rural area where people live. I think that looks fine. I think it looks cute. It works for what the aesthetic I'm trying to go for. We have a leveled up building over here. Which one leveled up? Was it this guy? Yeah. So yeah, as they level up, they actually do change their appearance. Of course, if you're not new to the game, you already know that. If you're new to the game, obviously you may not know that. But yeah, they do change their appearance as they level up. So now that we've unlocked the landscaping tools, we will go ahead and just go to our detailing time lapse, detailing what we have done. And I think in the next episode what we'll do is we'll create a park, because there is going to be a park here, which means we're probably going to have to delete a few of these, because I do actually want the entrance to the park to be in this area, and then it's going to sort of back up here and move over to this way. Or maybe I'll just make the entrance over here. That way we don't actually have to delete anything. We'll have to wait and see what actually comes through. But yeah, unlocked all of our park assets, so let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and do a quick detailing time lapse. There's not really too much detailing we're going to do. In fact, I haven't really even thought about what we're going to do yet. We might clean up this a little bit, definitely clean up the ridge line here so it's not so, ooh, like that's bad. Just so it's not so janky. And things like that. So we'll fast forward it so you can see what I'm doing, but also just sort of yeah, modifying everything. Like I said, not too much in this episode is what we're going to do for detailing wise. So yeah, catch you at the end. Really, we're just, like I said, gonna make a few trails, things like that. Yeah, nothing too exciting, honestly, this time around. So catch you in a minute. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna do for landscaping for today. Really not a whole lot. Really just sort of made the entrance to the city a little bit nicer. Added some hedge lining right off the highway here. Sort of added this sort of city trail that connects all the individual neighborhoods or streets together, and you can walk all the way down to Main Street with that. What's essentially Main Street with this trail. Sort of tried to make this look more like I guess like a church by, sort of beautifying it up a little bit. Added a little bit of a just community, like miniature park over here, using a few of the props. Again, just sort of detailing up this sort of trail along the main highway here. Now, I realized halfway through that, I'm pretty sure my plan is to upgrade this. I guess this section wouldn't be. Nah, actually, I think it would be fine, because this section will probably stay the same. It'll be about here where this upgrades to the sort of rural highway that you had, that 2-lane rural highway. So I think actually this will be fine. Again, just added some more pathway detailing here. Just some pathways coming out of this neighborhood as well. Also leading to the little service station here. Again, not really doing anything with the industrial area. And then really the only other thing I did is I sort of leveled out some of the terrain out here. That way it didn't look so janky. And I really, for this little village, again, it's just a small little village. Not really so much of anything other than that. So we just added a little bit of greenery here. In fact, I think I might even add a little bit of maybe one of the nicer, like, colorful trees. Maybe. Might be too much pink. Let's just go with that right there. Or actually, that blocks the fire station, which is sort of acting as a church. And maybe a few to flank the church, coming this way. How does that look? Yeah, I can dig that aesthetic. Maybe this is like the focal point of the community, so they just want to have this sort of little nice area right as you enter the town. It's sort of the look it's going for. Is that whatever the town's budget is, it definitely goes right into here. Actually, I think I want to historicalize that, because I think that actually looks perfect. Those sort of boarded up windows right as you enter this like small little town that has like no populace and has no real budget. We all know these type of towns. And I like it. I like how this road goes off onto a high road and this branch goes off onto a low road. I think that actually adds to the aesthetic to this town. And like I said, we have repeated assets and repeated assets over here. To be honest, maybe I'll make that a little bit bigger of an asset, because for the longest time we just kept getting these wine stores popping in, wine and liquor shops that kept popping in. We do actually have some crime out here, so we probably do need to actually upgrade our police. So all we have is the one small. Yeah, this is probably gonna happen. I really need to build a high school, which will probably go in this area. Somewhere in this area is probably where we're gonna build our high school. Because we do need to start educating these guys, because these businesses probably will abandon. But it's okay. It's not like it'd be that difficult to get a level 1 house commercial building in. Now if these were leveled up to 3 and there was something I really liked, then that might be a bit of a bummer, but not too worried about it. Still gonna keep waiting. This guy's almost upgraded. He actually just downgraded a little bit, probably because of that, maybe, I'm not sure. So we do probably, next episode, are probably going to focus on building a high school. Probably will build it right around this area, because I know the elementary school is going to be moved to around here once we build in this part of town. We are actually always starting to get a bit of an industrial demand, so we have a few things we can start knocking off. I think a high school is probably one of our biggest concerns at the moment. We might even add a park in next episode, the one that's going to sort of run throughout this area. I don't know, I'm beginning to rethink the park idea. Might have to play around, maybe do something. Might just have to add some smaller park assets to make this look good. Or we might just do a small like community park right behind here. We'll see. I'll play around with that. But we also might want to look into creating our first industry. I mean, obviously farmland is going to be one of our biggest industries out here, but we also have plenty of opportunities for forestry as well. We're definitely going to be adding in both of those industries, so we'll have to play around and decide what we actually want to do. Whether it's going to be forestry or farmland to start off with. Eventually, like I said, I want to get rid of all of this industry here, or at least most of it. We might have to keep a little bit of generic industry. In fact, I do have an idea for a little bit of generic industry right out in this area, but we'll see how that goes. But that's all things for another day. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you stuck around. Hopefully it wasn't too boring. I know it's not probably as exciting. I'm still getting my feet under me when it comes to playing City Skylines, presenting City Skylines to an audience. So this is a lot different than actually just playing for fun. But thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoy it. Hopefully you stick around and keep watching the series. It should be a lot of fun as we sort of build out this rural community. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Have a good one, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.